Hello, I'm Eric, the Buddhist life coach. The Buddha said, I teach one thing and one thing alone, suffering and the way out of suffering. Perhaps mathematics wasn't his strong point, because that kind of sounds like two things, though of course it's good to know that there is a way out. And perhaps expressing the aim of his teaching in negative terms, what we now call away from motivation, might have elicited some disapproving noises from today's personal development fans. However, what the Buddha taught 2,500 years ago and what I offer as a life coach in the 21st century both point in the same direction. Getting free from our unhappiness and replacing that with a mind that, as a default setting, enjoys our experience in this lifetime. When asked, what does it mean to be a Buddhist? One teacher said, it means that we know that we have work to do. Now, there are many tools that we can do that work with, and we can find them in many different places. Buddhism has lots, and life coaching offers others. As a Buddhist life coach, I get to use the best of both in my own life and with other people. But how many people see value in doing the work? Surprisingly, not so many. There are a lot of people in the world whose actions suggest that they are content with second best, or something much worse than second best. Unfortunately, though, their words and their emotional lives make clear that contentment is not what they're experiencing, at least not most of the time. So, why is it so tempting to tolerate so many drab and unhappy days, weeks, or years? The Buddha said, with refreshing realism, I teach because there are a few people whose eyes are not completely covered by dust. His view was that most of us are so clogged up with the trash in our heads that we simply can't see that we're living suboptimal lives, or that there are choices. That's one of the reasons why you never find Buddhists knocking on your door, trying to enroll you in the team. They're aware that most people simply aren't in the space to ask themselves whether there's a better way to live their lives. Another reason why not everyone is immediately rushing off to become Buddhists is perhaps this word suffering, which sounds rather drastic. Actually, it's a somewhat incomplete translation of an Indian word which means any mind states that we don't like. That can be anything from the deepest depression all the way to the mildest sense that this moment is a bit dull or somehow unsatisfactory. Of course, most of us spend a lot of our time on this spectrum of dissatisfaction. The important question, though, is where is your threshold? How much dissatisfaction are you willing to put up with before you take some sort of action to change it? Of course, it makes sense to be able to tolerate a certain amount of unhappiness without our emotional lives spiraling down into genuine despair. However, there are simple ways to significantly increase our happiness levels. I sometimes ask people, do you want to be happy? The answer I usually get back is something like, oh well, yes and no. I mean, things are okay. I think this is a real pity. We all deserve better than that. So, thank you for listening. Feel free to subscribe and to watch the rest of the videos on this channel, and perhaps to send your favorite one to all of your friends. See you soon.